Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everyone who is watching around the world. Welcome to the BSR Cup Series League. We are at Iowa Speedway today, the fastest short track on the planet in the land of corn. So, I am, as usual, alongside me, I am with my good old friend Colin Bester, my co-presenter. How are you doing today, Colin?
I'm good, man. We've had a week off. We got to spend a little bit more time with the family, just more fun things. But now we're back to racing, and we have pretty much every race now until the end of the season where we will crown a championship. We'll be racing every single weekend, and that makes me very happy.
Yes, sir. We we got to see 2 weeks of what? Good movies? Or was it like separated by a week?
Yeah, just a weekend. We had an off weekend. We
Yeah.
got, you could see Spider-Man or Odyssey. Could have seen a
Yeah.
lot of things, but how about we go on board with my number 54 Toyota Camry, the BSR Easy Deal and Wheel and Tire Camry, as we do a lap around Iowa Speedway going through 1 and 2. See, it's a little different discoloration up to top. That's new pavement. That's grip. And that's where you want to be. But it also makes the racing surface super narrow. You want to stay on this grip as much as possible. You can run to the top, you can run to the bottom, but this is going to be the tricky part. Coming out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway, very bumpy. You can absolutely lose it here going into turn 1 again. I'm in 5th gear. I'm just riding around. But pit road here, Elliott, is going to be very interesting. Pit road speed 35, 45 miles an hour. You don't want to try to hit this black little pit road tire barrier. You're trying to get down to 3rd gear. You see the pit entry there, and you have to kind of wait on it. It's all the way down here, getting to 50, 40 miles an hour. And it's kind of a long-ish pit road for a short track, but this is going to be very fun. And this is probably going to be the only short track. I mean, we're going to be racing at 2 short tracks just like this, pretty similar racing styles. Richmond next week. You were here at Iowa this week. But dirty air is going to be a thing, unlike Richmond, where a little tighter corners. Here, there are much more broad corners, so you can run anywhere you want, pretty much. And dirty air is going to be a thing. How you handle that will determine if you have speed longer into a run versus other drivers. So this is going to be a fun little test after taking a week off.
Yeah, absolutely, Colin. I think that this week is going to be really fun for a lot of people. I think certainly for the drivers that we have out here tonight, I mean, I think it's going to be a wonderful race. Bit of a stark contrast from from 2 weeks ago when we raced at the Brickyard, where while that race did have a bit of an exciting finish for the most part about it, it was just very spread out, not a lot of passing, and the track was relatively easy to drive. I mean, here you could spin out wherever. There's been wrecks across all A opens this week. This is known as a caution fest, so the race here could be pretty exciting. We do typically have less than the average A open, but that just means that we have longer green flag runs, and quite frankly, the racing is a bit more entertaining.
Yeah, and then certainly as we're counting down, we're 4 races to go until the cutoff for the BSR playoffs. And by the way, we'll look at the point standings as qualifying finishes up. Alan Ducker, Nick Godsey, Isaac Treese, Gus Otero, Shane Parrish, and Roger Sheldon and Roland Collette are all top 7 points. They're locked in. So basically, they can miss every single race from here until Darlington. They will make it into the playoffs. Johnny Mahalchek, Ed Ryan, Hugh Brown. They have to start at least a race tonight. I don't think any of them are in this race, but they are certainly not locked in. Ben Adamson, Ray Adamson, Chris Webb, they can move up in the point standings. You have to be inside the top 16 to qualify, and so far the only one here that is not inside the top 16 that has a shot of moving up in there is Wesley Crump and that number 29 Easy Deal and Wheel and Tire Ford Mustang. So it's getting crunch time, Elliott. We're counting down the days until we get back to Daytona, end the regular season at the high banks there, and then we go into a final 10-race stretch known as the Chase for the BSR Cup.
Yeah, and it's awesome, and I can't wait for it. And we got a special guest coming into the booth right now, Isaac Treese. Welcome, our pole sitter, I believe. I'm bringing you in to talk about the track a little bit, what you've noticed about everything, and just how it drives, and what you think your chances are today, man. You have the floor, Isaac.
I think being in the clean air tonight is going to be huge because it's going to be a lot of tire saving. We only get 5 sets of tires, so kind of really want to be patient throughout the race. Don't overdrive the corners. Just take every corner one by one. Um, I know I'm going to be really patient because this track is really hard on the tires. 40 to 50 laps is kind of like the pit range. So it's going to be interesting tonight with different strategies everybody's going to play.
Yeah, man,
I was doing.
absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, this
Yeah,
is
I was doing.
no, you're good.
I was
This
doing,
is
sorry. I
for
was.
the love
Yeah,
of God.
it's been a week off. It's been a week off.
Everybody's a little rusty.
We're all rusty here. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, but I was doing some laps. This is my first time on the track this whole week. I plan on getting some races through the weekend, but that bump coming out of turn 4 as the new pavement transitions to that old pavement, that seems like the most challenging part on this racetrack. How do you plan to attack that for 175 laps around this place?
It's kind of like what I said, be patient. You kind of, especially here, it gets tight through the center. So you really want to set up your exits if you want to make a pass. That bump is pretty killer, especially if you're behind somebody. You can get tight and slide up to the person if you're door to door with somebody. So you really got to keep that in mind when you're coming out on an exit with somebody next to you. Is if you get tight, you kind of have to lift, and you lose the position. So I think everybody is going to be patient. You never know, but yeah, that bump coming out of forward can be brutal if you don't hit it right.
All right, Isaac, what do you think your chances are today?
Uh, I mean, of course I want to win, but I got Nicholas behind me. Wesley's pretty quick here. I mean, everybody behind me is pretty fast. You never want to guarantee a win. Strategy, like I said, is going to come into play. I got to battle Duggar at some point, which is always a mission. But I think it's going to be fun tonight. It's going to be a long race, a lot of different strategies.
Well, awesome. Sounds good, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go and get ready for the race, and we're gonna bring in our next guest or guest.
Sounds good, boys.
All right. Have
Let's
a
have
good
fun
race,
tonight.
Have a good race, Isaac. All right, time to bring up our next special guest, and that's going to be Alan Duggar. Welcome to the broadcast booth, man. So tell us about this track, man. Tell us about everything.
It's bumpy. The dirty air is really not terrible here. You're gonna see a lot of tire saving. You might see some of us try to stretch it and go long here, but um, the track's bumpy, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who's gonna burn them up, and we'll see who can make them last.
All right, man. P5. Lower qualifying than we're typically used to from you. What's your plan to work your way through the front of the pack this week or today?
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna wait and see how fast these guys are gonna burn them up in front of me. Then I'm gonna try to make my way up there.
Awesome, Alan. Sounds good, man. You have yourself a great race, and we'll talk to you hopefully when you get a podium, man.
Alrighty, thank y'all.
All right, that was Alan Duggar, and we are now one to go before the green flag, Colin. So, who do you think is going to win today?
It's hard to go against the pole sitter, Isaac Treese, who's been fast all week here when it comes to racing here at Iowa Speedway. But I'm going to go for a guy who hasn't really won a race so far on an oval. He won at San Diego. He's starting P2 outside. Give me Nicholas Gotze from Hazard, Kentucky.
You're going with Nick Gotze. I'm going to go with a shocker here. I'm going with the number 29, Wesley Crump. That dude has had some bad fast speed the last couple of weeks. Coming into this race, I think, yeah, it's a bit of a risky take here, but I think that he could put it together. He's especially the speed that we saw out of him, especially at North Wilkesboro before he got into it with Alan Duggar, was definitely something that was worthy of note. So, without further ado, the pace car is off. And Isaac Treese is going to get ready to take us to green here. In the zone, and now we're going. Isaac Treese will lead us to the green flag here at Iowa. Nick Godsey going to hang out on his outside. Yeah, he's going to hang out on his outside quarter panel. He's now ahead of Isaac Treese. Yeah, maybe the Nick Godsey pick wasn't too bad after all. He is a master at short tracks. Coming out of turn 4, side by side right now, Isaac Treese and Nick Godsey, and it's going to be Isaac Treese leading the first lap.
Yeah, and Godsey has the preferred line on the outside, especially coming out of turn 3 and 4. The grip strip extends a little bit farther on the outside than it does on the inside, kind of like you're seeing off turn 2. But it is 175 laps. The issue about a short track, Elliot, that I find very hard is, like, you want to save your stuff for as long as you possibly can, but you know the laps are going to be counting down so quickly. We're already on lap 3 right now. So you have to balance, can I save my stuff? Because you have no idea when you're going to get a caution. Everyone's single file right now. But you do have to, bring some speed to the table because we're about to start lap 4. And it's only been, a minute of racing so far?
Yeah, I mean, this is the fastest short track on the planet, or so the sign says, at least in the infield, which means that these laps are just going to fly right by. Tire wear is also a major thing here, and you heard Alan. Alan said that dirty air wasn't as much of a problem as it was at, say, Indianapolis or a Richmond or a North Wilkesboro. This is a lot more of an open track, as you said before as well. So we're going to hopefully see a lot of passing today. So you could just see Isaac Treese diving it down right into the turn. I spotted him earlier this week, and he said that his setup for him got a little tight on the long run, which is better than being loose on the long run, because the more loose you get, this track is already very free, right? And so when you're loose, it just completely takes you out of the running pretty much. And I dealt with that problem last year. I kept running I was running a looser setup when I should have been running a baseline, and I paid the price for it in a lot of lost I rating.
And also, I want to shout out Elliot. I want to shout out Isaac real quick because last weekend, as you know, the BSR Cup Series was off. Elliot, I don't know if you saw this, but Isaac decided to enter into the PGR SummerSlam 499 at Talladega. Was able to make it out of his heat into the last chance qualifier. Unfortunately, he got caught up in a wreck early, or actually probably midway through the race. That took a shot. He did not advance to the main feature, but he showed speed. He had the ability to qualify in on speed. Just couldn't get it done. That's super speedway racing, but he made all of BSR proud by finishing inside the top 6 in the second heat race on I think it was a Friday night. So shout out to Isaac Treese for doing all of us at BSR very proud, trying to make the SummerSlam 499, and heck, he can try to make the PGR 500 in Daytona in February. So.
Yeah, one of these days I got to do a special event myself, and we are right now watching a battle between Alan Duggar, Roland Collette, and the 48 of Michael Davis now going at each other. Davis has a little bit of a move underneath, and he's gonna try and make that pass, but Collette's got the run out of the turn.
Yeah, Michael Davis has shown speed. He's one of these newcomers to the league, showed up for the Brickyard 400, had speed there, but wrecked out. No, sorry. He showed up to North Wilkesboro. Remember, we did the race at North Wilkesboro. We put the bounty on Alan Duggar, and we had a lot of new guys show up. Michael Davis is one of those guys. Had speed at North Wilkesboro, got wrecked. Had speed at Indianapolis, got wrecked as well. Probably trying to look to rebound and have a good finish so far, running inside the top 10. He's 6th right now as he tries to work inside the top 5, going against Roland Collette.
Now, I want to highlight the guy who's just moved up 6 spots, our biggest mover of the day, Chris Webb in that number 68. He's back, everybody. Sponsor of this race, and he is driving the wheels off that thing. He's moved up 6 places since the start of this run, and he's doing really, really well right now. Looking at the back of Gus Otero, trying to breathe down his neck. And he is a sponsor of this league, so thank you to Chris Webb for helping us set this whole thing up. Really great guy there. Hope he's watching, Chris. Rooting for you.
Yeah, looking at the lap times by all these guys, Chris Webb has been the second fastest guy on track, followed by Isaac Treese, obviously, who's your leader. But Isaac Treese ran a 23.58 last time by. Chris Webb ran a 23.5 as well. So
Look at him
certainly
run
has the
that
speed.
outside.
Yeah,
That's Chris Webb's forte, is running the high line. And you always think he'll fall back for like a quick second. You think that he's done. No, he's not. Chris Webb is always going to find a way to drive the car faster and faster and just stay in the running if he can get some of that fresh air and drive up front as he picks off Gus Otero for his 7th gained spot of the race. He's going to now try and go after Michael Davis in the 48. Great drive already by Chris Webb.
everyone has pretty much single filed themselves out. Looking here, Isaac Treese, Nick Godsey, Wesley Crump, your top 3. Let's look back further in the field. Miles Stacy, P9, Ray Adamson, and Bat Adamson running up 10th and 11th. We already have one DNF. That's Roger Shelton, who qualified but did not take a lap here. So he'll be scored as the last car at the end of this race, 175 laps down.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Roger.
As we come to 159 laps to go here at Iowa.
Isaac Treese gaining some momentum out front. He's out 0.6 in front of Nick Godsey. Shrinking down to 0.5, but yeah, that delta's going back up now. Isaac Treese is doing a great job today. I mean, so far so good. Just got to keep it even and smooth, and just got to watch the tires. I will say, this man fought from a lap. When I was spotting him in that Monday race, this man was fighting from a lap down. Worked his way all the way up into a, I believe it was a top 11 finish. He finished like P11 or something like that. He did a really good job working his way back up through the field. Keeping a level head for all of it as well. He's just been improving very, very much. Nick Godsey, always consistent, always smooth, always smart. And Wesley Crump sitting comfortably in third, almost 2 seconds ahead of the 12 car of Alan Duggar. Duggar taking it slow to start this race out.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, this is Iowa in early August. The track temp is hot. This is probably going to be one of the highest track temps we see all year in the BSR Cup Series, especially when we go to Richmond next week. But that's going to be a night race. But this is certainly, track's bumpy. It's slick. There's pavement changes. There's grip changes every corner. This is certainly more difficult than it is on paper. You just look at it and it's like, it's a D-shaped oval. We race on plenty of D-shaped ovals. We're going to go to one next week at Richmond. But this track in Richmond, even though they're almost about the same size, Iowa just a little bit longer, they race entirely different. Looking at the lap times here, Isaac Treese is one of the fastest cars on track. Wesley Crump, just a 10th faster. Looks like Chris Webb is starting to plateau. He's already up 7 spots to P7.
He's starting to work on Michael Davis a little bit. He's increased the gap to Gus Otero. He's now looking on the outside of Michael Davis, I'm guessing, to get clean air, get that run off the turn, and try and take that spot and gain as much time as he can. Look at him getting so close to the wall. He's going to come on the outside just a little bit. He was there almost. He's gaining time right now on Michael Davis. I don't know how much longer Davis can hold out. Chris Webb doing a great job of picking these guys off and getting up front. Oh, Davis!
Oh, Michael Davis
almost spins. He gathered it up though, and Chris Webb will pick off his 8th guy of the race. How do you like that? And he's just got to catch Roland Collette, who's 1.2 seconds in front. He's got a pack of 3 out back. Davis, Otero, and Stacy.
We got action. Gus Otero, Miles Stacy.
What happened with them?
Looks like Gus Otero.
Oh, no. Looks like Wesley
Stacy
Crump went into the pits.
Yeah.
Something happened with Wesley Crump. I'm not getting anything coming here.
Stacy. Last time by, as we were focusing on Miles Davis, looks like Miles Stacy kind of pinched Gus Otero going down into turn 3. They both got a little squirrely.
It looks like Wesley Crump went in intentionally to the pits. Incredible. Is that how long tires last here? I was not expecting the tires to be like this. He's back out on track right now.
Well, at this point, with everyone kind of single file out and passing at a premium, Wesley Crump sort of puts himself at a disadvantage. Now, fuel here, we can go quite a while. We can go about 120, 130 laps on a tank of fuel. We already completed 27 laps, so by my math, by my calculations, Wesley Crump is still about 3 laps short on a tank of fuel, but if Wesley Crump is on fresher tires, which we all know he is going to be, he's going to be a little bit faster throughout the next 10 or so laps. If he gets back on the lead lap, caution comes out, we could all be saying Wesley Crump going from a dumb decision to that. I mean, that was a pretty smart decision.
My question is, why did he pit? Very curious as to why he pit. I mean, that was early. That was very early.
It's too early. We heard in the pre-race, we were talking to Isaac Treese, about 50 laps or so is when you'd start thinking about coming in. We're about 22, 23 laps away from that mark.
Yeah, he pit in right at the halfway mark of when you should pit. So, questions as to why Wesley Crump decided to pit there. Maybe his car was squirrely. Maybe he had a black flag. Who knows? All that matters now is that he's got to get that lap back and make good on my prediction.
I've been looking at these lap times. Isaac Treese, 24.4. Nick Godsey, Alan Duggar. Godsey and Duggar, 2 to 3 tenths faster last time by than Isaac Treese. The gap, it looked maybe Isaac Treese has burned off his stuff. Now he was a tenth faster than Nick Godsey, and even with Alan Duggar.
Yeah, Alan Duggar's starting to pick it up. He's 3.7 seconds back now. It's a lot of time to make up, but if anyone's going to be able to do it, it's the man in the number 12, and that awesome Easy Dealing Wheels and Tires America paint scheme. I gotta say, I cannot compliment that paint scheme enough. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we were watching him in practice, and he didn't look like he had the speed today. He was last in practice. He was behind me, and I was very slow. And when we go live, the broadcast goes live, so it looks like Alan Duggar turned it on a little bit, now running inside the top 3. Chris Webb now up 9 spots to P5. He is your biggest mover of the race. Wesley Crump, your biggest loser of the race, -8.
Oh, Michael Davis getting a little loose with Miles Stacy behind him. Chris Webb, man. 9 spots. He's got to catch Roland Collette now. He's about a second back from doing so.
And it looks like Miles Stacy got the nose. Michael Davis is going to have the preferred line on the outside to keep him side by side.
Oh, they're hitting.
Going into turn 1.
Oh, we got some contact being made here. Stacy going to come up in front of Michael Davis. He's going to slide up there, and Miles Stacy will take the spot.
And look at Wesley Crump right behind him. First car 1 lap down on fresher tires.
This could throw a little bit of a wrench in this thing.
You want to know the difference between new tires and old tires this far in a run? Wesley Crump last time by 23.7. Isaac Treese 24.4. About 2 seconds off the pace of his fastest lap so far of the race with a 22.88.
Stacy going to slide up right behind Wesley Crump, and now Crump's going after Chris Webb. He wants that lap back bad. Maybe it's a strategy move by Wesley. Who knows? He's certainly in a hurry. Treese, Godsey, Duggar, Collette, all on an island away from the action.
Speaking of
Ray
big
Adams,
movers, Ray Adamson up +5.
Yeah, he moved up a spot, getting ahead of the number 48.
I got to say, Ray Adamson has been improving and improving every single week that we come through. And If you want to improve at your iRacing game, join the BSR Discord. The link's probably going to be in the description. We do weekly practice sessions with Shane Parrish, who is our Oval Road Team manager, or one of the Oval Road Team specialists. He does training every single week. Glad to see Ray Adamson being involved there, getting all the practice he can from guys who actually are fast. I just got to get him over to the roadside there, Elliot.
How about you leave the Oval boys alone, man?
Well, the Oval boys will become my problem in January because, you know, the Rolex 24 Hours Daytona comes back and, you know, BSR did win a split in the Rolex 24. You'd have to think that guys like
Oh yeah,
Nick
I was
Godsey,
involved in
Alan
that.
Duggar,
I was
that-
I was the main spotter.
yeah, you think that guys like Brandon Sanders and Nick Godsey. We already have another guy on pit road, Michael Davis. No, Michael Davis actually spun into the infield grass.
Whoa. Is he getting it back moving?
He
Oh,
blew
he hit
up.
the wall.
He
He
hit it.
hit the wall. Unfortunate for Michael Davis. Not the day he was hoping for, certainly. Chris Webb now under fire from Ray Adamson. He's going to lose the spot. And Chris Webb seems to be falling back a little bit as he got passed by Miles Stacy earlier on. Used a little bit too much tire there, I think. Or he's holding back and he's going to wait to make another run. You never know. You never know with Chris Webb. I remember I broadcasted a race in Vegas last year, and every time Chris Webb fell back, I was like, all right, that's it for him. He's going to have to wait till the next pit stop, and then he'd come back. So I'm never counting Chris Webb out. I have learned my lesson from that. Alan Duggar being very, very patient. 3.3 seconds back from Isaac Treese. Godsey seems to have fallen off quite a bit. He is about 1.6 seconds back. And Isaac Treese has just set sail. Entirely.
Yeah,
Just
the
clean-
gap
nothing-
about a second.
Nothing between him and clean air. He's just running really well.
Yeah, it looks like Wesley Crump is trying to work his way up inside the top three. He's about 2 cars away from trying to get his lap back. Looking at the laps here, 24.1, about 0.3 faster than Isaac Treese. But it looks like everyone is starting to plateauing with these tires. Everyone's staying around 24.4 to 24.6. So I think that is the plateau on where these tires can go. But we're already 45 laps into this race. Isaac Treese said around lap 50 is you're begging for new tires.
Isaac
5
could
laps
probably
away from that
go
mark.
longer. Isaac could probably go the longest out of all these guys. I mean, Godsey's, you can see, has fallen back to almost 2 seconds. He has actually fallen back to 2 seconds. He is definitely losing a lot of time. Alan Duggar losing time as well. Wesley Crump makes quick work of him. And Crump is going to be going after Nick Godsey now, trying to get out of the lucky dog spot and into the lead. Maybe that was his plan all along. We're gonna have Chris Webb come into the pits. He's gonna get tires, 4 fresh ones and full of fuel.
Yeah, you have to think that maybe Chris. Now people are starting to pit, and you know this would be your last pit stop on fuel, barring a caution.
Yeah, but you're not gonna make that on tires. This is a tire-heavy track. You got to be able to make it on tires here.
Oh.
Unfortunately, so even if you pit, because I remember Isaac had enough fuel to pit in that race, and he got a flat tire and still came back and got into P11. Again, that kid is something else. 2.3 seconds, the gap now between him and Nick Godsey. Isaac Treese again doing such a great job. Chris Webb going to come out behind him 2 laps down.
It's interesting talking about Isaac Treese. Really, ever since he blew the doors off everyone at Sonoma, this guy has been at a different level from what we saw at the beginning of this season. Kind of up and down, gotten in his own way, gotten in some wrecks, made some costly mistakes, but since then has rebounded himself into a position where you think after Daytona, the points reset. He'll be right now the 3rd seed if things hold on. You have to think that Isaac Treese at this point in the season is a championship contender when we go to Homestead Miami Speedway at the end of the year.
I absolutely agree with that. I think that Sonoma did wonders for his confidence. I mean, he always had lacked that little extra bit of confidence. He was out there like he had something to prove, but not only that, something to prove to himself. And he proved it to himself at Sonoma, and that I think may have given him the mental kick to say, you know what, I can do it. I can go out here and win races. And look at what he's done since. He's been fantastic. Nick Godsey now pitting in. He's going to come in and get 4 fresh tires and fuel. He'll be the 3rd one to pit in this race, and Alan Duggar is now going to slide into 2nd place, 3.4 seconds behind Isaac Treese. Wesley Crump.
Ray Adams.
Now, almost on the lead lap here. He is, he's still a ways away from catching Isaac Treese, but when it cycles around, he should have P1, and maybe that's what he was looking for.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're at such a disadvantage where Alan Duggar decides to go to pit road, but Wesley Crump pitted on lap 24. We're already on lap 54, about 34 laps on these sets of tires right now. You have to think once Isaac Treese pits, we see Miles Stacy come to pit road as well, that he's at a huge disadvantage. All that work to get back on the lead lap is for naught. So either you pass Isaac Treese green here, and then you got luckily try to maybe hope that Isaac pits with you. You can keep that lap and then hope for a caution, but if that doesn't happen, we've already 55 laps green so far.
Duggar and Stacy coming out of pit road now. They're going to look to gain some spots. Treese still out front, 6 seconds out front as he wiggles to the wall. 6 seconds out front of Roland Collette.
Looking at the hearing some radio chatter. Looks like Ray Adamson and Ben Adamson are coming into pit road.
2 more come in. Pitting late.
Looks like Isaac Treese is also coming in.
Treese now coming in. Wesley Crump back on the lead lap now.
Roland Collette will be your new leader on lap 157, 119 laps to go. Gus Otero has not pit yet. He will move inside 2nd place. Actually, Gus Otero is coming to pit road. Roland Collette is the only driver so far who has not pitted.
Collette now out front. He's out front by about 19 seconds in front of Wesley Crump. Crump should be gaining on him here, and eventually Collette's going to have to pit in, and Crump on that alternate strategy is going to be the only, he is the only other car on the lead lap right now.
This is such a very difficult pit road. You have to commend all of these drivers.
Here comes,
no one has had a speed penalty.
Oh! Round goes Roland Collette. He's going to hit the pit wall. Missed pit road. That might be it for him. Wesley Crump will now almost assuredly will take over the lead. Unfortunate ending. Or maybe not ending, but unfortunate situation for Roland Collette as he is going to go a lot of time down now that he has that damage to fix. Crump out front by 5 seconds.
Yeah, what?
And the caution's out. Wow, Wesley Crump in the lead with the caution. I can't imagine that's what he wanted to see. He's going to be on the same set as everyone else and P8. He's going to be P8. Unfortunate for Wesley Crump, that gamble did not pay off.
Looks like Roland Collette hit the apron in turn 1 and 2. That D-wedged the car, sent him into the outside wall in turn 1. Roland Collette now toes to pit road. Looks like his race is over. Just a series of unfortunate events.
Let's take a look at what happened. Trying to exit on the apron. Completely destroyed front end. Just got sucked around and hits the wall.
Yeah.
That's it for him.
Yeah, just hits that D wedges of the car, kind of gets him loose. He tries to catch it, goes inside or hard nose first into the outside wall. But shout out to Wesley Crump. Now, you have 36 laps on that set of tires. He's still in this race. Everyone should be on the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks like Crump's going to come out P8, or P7, sorry. Not great for Wesley Crump. The risk did not pay off for him. Now he's going to be behind a lot of guys on almost the same set of tires.
Looks like Chris Webb making a pit stop.
Chris Webb's going to come in, looks like.
Gus Otero's coming in.
Well, maybe he'll gain some stuff after all, but overall, it does appear that it was a loss in position for him. And he's down a set. Not to mention that he is down a set from the rest of these guys that are in front of him. Crump has an uphill battle if he wants to win this race. Chris Webb getting 4 tires and fresh fuel. I think now is a great time to talk about our sponsor, though. Tint Solutions out of Greenville, South Carolina, ran by our very own Roger Shelton. If you ever are in the area and you need some window tint done, go see Roger Shelton at Tint Solutions. They'll get you done right. Nick Godsey assumes the lead here after caution number 1 on lap 62.
Nick Godsey, Alan Duggar choose the inside. Isaac Treese now P1 outside row. Ben Adamson also joining him on the outside row. Wesley Crump also going to have the outside row as well. Inverse from the initial start with Isaac Treese on the bottom and Nick Godsey on top.
But keep in mind, Treese has slightly fresher tires than Nick Godsey. He stayed out the longest out of the top 5.
Yeah, the next person on the fastest lap of tires is Wesley Crump
in P5. He may make
12 laps to go.
He may make quick work of the Adamson brothers here. We'll find out. Pace car's off. Nick Godsey leading us to green, and green flag's out. Godsey out front. Duggar on the inside of Treese. Treese is going to fall to 3rd place. Not a great start for him. And Godsey's going to step out to a lead. Alan Duggar breathing down his neck. Isaac Treese right there as well. Treese going to have to battle back. He had it easy throughout the first part of this race, and now he's going to have to really fight. He's getting challenged from Ben Adamson, the number 7. Up high he goes.
Alan Duggar looks low into turn 1, has the preferred lane. They're side by side coming off turn 2. Drag race down the back here at Iowa.
Can Godsey hold on and run that top lane and get the run off into this turn? Duggar on the inside, driving it nice and smooth. Almost contact made, driving with a lot of respect. Alan Duggar leads this lap. He is barely out front of Nick Godsey.
It's so close. Isaac Treese looks like Alan Duggar and Nick Godsey got a little tight. Treese going to the inside of Godsey.
Isaac Treese now trying to fight Godsey for P2. Going to go after that number 12. Driving it real hard. You saw, to the naked eye, it didn't look like much, but he did get just a little loose there. He's driving it about as hard as he can with that dirty air from Alan Duggar. Nick Godsey now catching Alan Duggar. Treese goes up top. giving Godzi a little bit of an arrow push. Godzi's going to have a good run. Treese right behind Duggar, playing games with him. Now slides up right behind Godzi, goes back down. Wesley Crump now in P4, running 2 by 2, front 4 right here. Crump has worked his way back up. Rick Treese says DraftKings even said to bet on Isaac. Cannot blame him for that. He certainly has great odds. Miles Stacy making his presence known. P5 right behind Wesley Crump. Into the turn they go. This is intense racing. Godzi now gets a nose ahead. Duggar's going to side draft him down the back. I almost want to shut up and watch this. This is crazy cool. Nick Godzi going back out to the front. He's going to have that nose. He's going to have that full car, that tail out front of Alan Duggar. Nick Godzi secures the lead. Wesley Crump on the outside. Isaac Treese with the short end of the stick in 4th place. Now having Miles Stacy breathe down his neck. Isaac Treese goes up high. Duggar follows him. Duggar down low. Driving in one line. Nick Godzi. Wesley Crump to the lead. Crump is going to lead his first lap of the race. Or, not his first lap of the race, but you know what I mean. Wesley Crump from P5 back out front. Trying to make good on that bet for me. Stacy on the outside of Alan Duggar. Here we go. Number 55. Here he comes. He's going to drive right around Nick Godzi. Miles Stacy P2. Hello, number 55. The number of my favorite San Francisco Giants player.
Yeah, and Crump and Stacy both pitted on lap 60. They are guys on the freshest set of tires. Chris Webb on the next set of fresh tires in P5. Looks like even
he's coming up now.
Advantage is
saying hello.
Being monumental over the rest of the field.
He's saying hello right now. He's on the outside of Treese and Duggar. He's going to pass Isaac Treese. Isaac Treese now down to 6th place. Chris Webb driving around Alan Duggar. Side by side with him. He's going to get a nose in on Godzi. He's up top. Treese trying to find some way around this track that's going to allow him to gain spots. But him, Duggar, and Godzi have just fallen back completely. Chris Webb out front of Nick Godzi. And the top 3, Wesley Crump, Miles Stacy, and Chris Webb came out of nowhere to take the front 3 spots from Godzi, Duggar, and Treese.
Yeah, Chris Webb, your biggest mover of the race so far, up 11 spots. Miles Stacy up 5. The top 3, single file, and a little hornet's nest back here with Alan Duggar, Nick Godzi, and Isaac Treese as they try to fight for position.
Oh, Treese hitting the wall. He is frustrated, certainly, trying to drive the wheels off of that thing, going nowhere. I can't imagine how frustrating that must be. Godzi, I can't imagine, is very happy either. Neither could Duggar.
Yeah, in this next-gen car, especially at a short track like Iowa, where the diffusers are off. We're on a track shorter than 1 mile in length. The horsepower cranked up to 750, but passing is still difficult as we see Isaac Treese look to the inside of Nick Godzi.
He's looking, he's there. Isaac Treese is there, but he's not going to have the run down the backstretch, or is he? He's going to get there on the inside of Nick Godzi. Isaac Treese goes. Right behind him is Ben Adamson. It's Ben Adamson. Ray Adamson and Gus Otero are just out back enjoying the show, it looks like. Treese is going to pass Nick Godzi for P5. He's going to go after Alan Duggar now in the number 12 car. Man, that was a crazy first few laps of that stage. Non-stop action happening right in front of our eyes. Alan Duggar now looking to make some tracks by passing Chris Webb. He's still there. He hasn't let Chris Webb go just yet. Isaac Treese now trying to take Duggar, but this is going to be tough. Duggar's really, really difficult to pass. It's probably why he wins all those races.
Yeah, under 100 laps to go, 97 to be exact. Wesley Crump now up to almost a second lead over Miles Stacy as Wesley Crump looks to drive away. Looking at these lap times, Nick Godzi was one of the fastest guys on track. Wesley Crump still your fastest guy.
Man, what a drive by Wesley Crump.
And it's interesting to see. So Wesley Crump, Miles Stacy both pitted on lap 60. Chris Webb pitted one lap later on lap 61. But I would say the tire advantage is equal as we ran under caution. Duggar, Treese, Godsey all had green flag laps on their tires. And to see the amount of speed differential between tires that aren't even 10 laps old. Like at any other track on the BSR Cup Series schedule we go to, you think 10-lap tires, I'm good. I'm good on speed. I'll be fast. But here at Iowa, it's been a completely different story.
There's one track that's different. That's Darlington. This is very reminiscent of Darlington, honestly, with the tires. But at Darlington, you expect that. I mean, you gain time after. I mean, the tires start wearing like hell after 5 laps at Darlington. Here, it's different now. I mean, you expect tire wear certainly, but not this steep of a drop off. I mean, never in a million years did I expect this. Looks like Chris Webb now fighting with Isaac Treese for P4, as Alan Duggar's going to pass him on the inside. Treese is going to make quick work. Is he? I don't know. Alan Duggar holding him up. Treese barely ahead. He's going to get there. Treese squeezes in.
To the wall a little bit.
All right, he's fine.
Miles Stacy chipping away. 0.2 gains. 0.8 seconds separate P1 and P2. Now that's down to 0.7 seconds.
And think about Miles Stacy. Came in basically unheard of at Atlanta. Has been with us ever since, and wasn't expecting him to be up here in P2, but he has the I rating to back that up, a 33.89. So can't be too surprised, but it is good to see him up here. He is not a regular that we see up front with Alan, Isaac, Nick, and Shane Parrish, that is. Wesley Crump seeming to maintain and level off here. 0.8 separating him and Stacy. Looks like Ray Adamson is just kind of hanging out back. He is about a second off of his brother, Ben Adamson. Gus Otero, he is about 4 seconds off of Ray Adamson. Something must be wrong. Treese still trying to work on the inside of Alan Duggar here. Continuing to go.
.87 laps to go, coming this time for Wesley Crump. The gap now 0.5 of a second between Crump and Stacy. Duggar 0.8 behind. 0.8 the delta between Stacy and Duggar. Almost a second between Stacy and Duggar.
Just about, yeah. Stacy being
now
really smooth and
0.4
consistent. Stacy being consistent. He's taking the turns better. He's certainly faster than Crump. Crump's gotta figure something out. Find a new lane to run. 0.3 now. Stacy closing in. We got a battle for first and we got a battle for third going on. That battle for third's been raging on for about 20 laps though. Treese just on the back bumper of Alan Duggar. He is not letting go. Like a pit bull with a toy. Looks like he's trying to get Duggar a little arrow loose. Get some ground here. He's racing really aggressive. No contact though.
Man, these two battles for first and third, just great to see. The kind of Wish that we could have got the initial start, the restart of this race, that racing that kept going. Looks like Nick Godsey has fallen off a little bit now, 1.8 seconds behind our leader Wesley Crump, as Miles Stacy looks to inch his way ever so closer, about a couple hundredths faster this time by. Miles Stacy is there with 83 laps to go.
Stacy is on an absolute tear right now, and he is very close to Wesley Crump. That dirty air is giving him a little bit of problems, though. They're really close. They are right there, bumper to bumper. It's almost like tandem drafting a little bit. Oh, Stacy on the inside of Crump. Here we go. Stacy going to look to make the pass.
Stacy was able to cut it down, exiting turn 4, gave him a good run down the front straightaway. He's able to complete that pass. New leader, Miles Stacy, 82 laps to go.
Miles Stacy going to get out front. I think this might be the first time this year that he's led laps outside of Atlanta. Great job for him. Very fast driver. I'm gonna make sure I note this. I'm gonna note this down.
Miles Stacy, fast. Is that what you wrote?
Yeah. M. Stacy. Set of goodbyes.
I wouldn't call it goodbyes. Look at Alan Duggar and Isaac Treese.
Duggar are really close. Hello. That's a tight squeeze right there. That could have spelled disaster. Almost like North Wilkesboro a little bit. Duggar on the inside of Crump, and looks like Duggar's going to take the spot away from Wesley Crump on this turn here. Now Crump's going to have to deal with Isaac Treese. I don't think he's going to be able to hold him off. Going to have to get back to that bottom. Treese slides up in front, and Isaac Treese is now in third place. Best spot that he has been in since the restart. He is still not gnawing at the heels of Alan Duggar. Isaac kind of reminds me of a corgi here, always nipping at your ankles. I live with a corgi. Can you blame me? Nick Godsey for the win from Fast Phil. Yeah, Nick's doing pretty well. He's in P5 right now. Falling off just a little bit. Looks like Duggar's now catching Miles Stacy. Stacy had a run out front, but just not for long. As Alan Duggar seems to be inevitable. Let's start calling him Thanos.
Gosh.
Come on, that was funny. That was funny, and you know it.
It was. But
You're not laughing. I'm taking that as a personal insult. If I was in the same state as you, I'd drive over and throw something at you.
Speaking of throwing things at Isaac Treese, throwing everything he can, trying to get around Alan Duggar, trying to regain the lead. Isaac Treese was pretty much in control of this race until the caution started flying. Haven't really seen Treese in this position where he's had to battle dirty air. But just looking at this, it's like Duggar and Treese are just on a different level right now. As Miles Stacy just lost his connection.
He just dropped out. Alan Duggar's in the lead. Nope. Stacy's back. People are telling me cringe and not funny. You guys are mean. Alan Duggar now looking to take the spot from the 55 of Miles Stacy on the inside. Alan Duggar gonna take the lead? Yes, he will. And Isaac Treese right behind him. Stacy gonna try and battle with Treese, but it's no good. And Isaac Treese is gonna get second place. Oh, Stacy right there on the bumper. Got a little train going now for first place. Stacy in the wall just a little bit. Treese gonna go on the outside here. Diming it down. Not enough speed. Getting a bit of a runoff here. Hello. Treese on the inside of Duggar. Treese is gonna hang there. Urgh. Almost had it.
And they're doing this on 50-lap old tires right now. You'd think
has it
Duggar
really been 50 laps? I guess it has.
It last been on lap 53. Treese
Yeah,
lap
just
pit
about
on lap
50 laps.
56.
Chris Webb now pits in. He's going to be the second guy after Wesley Crump pit. Sorry we didn't tell anybody, but Wesley Crump did pit while these battles were going on. A little bit
Now,
of
the thing
separation
is,
there.
We're 71 laps to go. This is your last stop of the day, barring a caution.
Is
This
it the
is
last? Is it your last stop of the day though? I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I mean, the tires here again, they just go so quickly. It's just insane
Now, I mean, it all
to see
depends
this.
on how hard your right front is taking and being, and if you're using that right rear too much. That is the question right now, and it looks to me, looking at Duggar and Treese, they seem very neutral. I don't see a lot of pushing up in the center of the corner. I don't see a lot of them getting sideways exiting the corner. It seems like their cars are very neutral, mirroring
Treese-
lap times right now.
Yeah, Treese is just not letting go. He wants that spot back bad. He's driving
Treese
the
about
wheels off of this
four-
thing. He is getting closer. You know, maybe they're going to
Treese about
extend.
400ths.
Maybe they're going to extend this run just a little bit to get a little bit more on their tires so they don't have to pit the next time.
Now,
Crump
if
and
if
Webb,
that
one
happens,
lap
now
down.
you'd have to go 20 laps. And right now, they're in an entirely different zip code. They're a 10th faster than Miles Stacy, a 10th faster than Nick Godsey, a 10th faster than Ray Adamson. Ben Adamson is about 2/10 slower. Chris Webb just ran the new fastest lap of the race, 28.872.
Not out of character for him. He can set down some real fast ones.
If only we had a point for fastest lap, it would have gone to Chris Webb.
I think that's what we should do next season, honestly. We're doing a
Yeah, why
full-length
not?
league. Yeah. Honestly, I think that might be a good plan.
Brandon, write that down.
Duggar is seeming to extend his lead a little bit on Isaac Treese now. Treese cannot keeping up that amount of pressure for as long as Isaac Treese did was insane. But he has to let up just a little bit now. You said 50. Where are we on laps now? You said 54 and we're on 110 or 111 now. So that's about 50.
We're about 60 laps.
Or 60 laps almost.
Yeah.
Wow. 60 laps on this set of tires. Treese has definitely fallen back quite a bit. Alan Duggar taking advantage of that clean air. Just driving away now.
Duggar's on 3-lap fresher tires than Isaac Treese is at this point in the stage. Looking at the lap times, Duggar ran a 24.3, Treese 24.4.
Looks like Nick Godsey has decided to go in and pit, and he is going to get 4 fresh tires and get himself full of fuel, and he's going to come out now in front of Gus Otero, or behind Gus Otero, rather.
And now we have some cloud cover over Iowa Speedway, at least on my screen. I don't know if your settings are a little different.
No, we got cloud cover. Track's definitely
cool.
cooling off. Treese has now closed the gap again. Back to under 3/10, above 3/10, back under 3/10. He's closing now. Oh, he's wiggling big time. That cost him a little bit of time.
Tires are starting to definitely fall away as we're now approaching, we're well past 60 laps for Duggar, 2 laps away for Isaac Treese to hit the 60-lap mark. Honestly, between these two drivers, I think whoever pits first is going to leapfrog the other. Isaac Treese could short pit Duggar, run a whale of a lap up to speed, and then he could pass Duggar on track. That is an option for young Isaac Treese, as looks like Wesley Crump has made his way around Miles
Oh, there goes
Stacy.
Duggar. Duggar's coming in.
And
Alan Duggar will pit, and Isaac Treese will reassume the lead. Looks like Isaac Treese may pit this time around. That's what I'd do if I was him. Nope. Well, here we go. Wesley Crump going around Isaac Treese. Will Treese pit? He's going to stay out another one. Look, nope, he's coming in. He's coming in. Coming in very hot. Coming in too hot. Oh, my God, he saved it. What a save by Isaac Treese in the one car. Oh, wow.
Now, that was a great save, but that certainly cost him some time on Alan Duggar because Duggar was able to get in and out of pit road very safely. That's going to cost him maybe I don't know, probably a tenth of a second. But that
I don't know if that cost him a tenth, man. He came in really hot, and then he stopped suddenly.
Yeah, I know, but he entered pit road slower than Alan Duggar by about a good 10 miles an hour slower.
Oh, fair. Okay, maybe we'll see. We'll see here.
Where's Alan Duggar on track? Alan Duggar's P8. They're right there. They're right there. That is the battle for the lead. Alan Duggar.
Oh,
up to speed.
Treese now up to speed as well. He's on a couple lap fresher. He's on 1 lap fresher tires. And we know what Isaac Treese can do with fresh tires. I'm going to love watching this. Miles Stacy assumes the lead. Ben Adamson and Ray Adamson in P2 and P3 respectively. Wesley Crump, P4. He pit early. Chris Webb, P5. He pit early as well. Godzi.
Stacy coming in.
Stacy's now pitting. Here comes Isaac Treese.
Ben Adamson
he is right there.
takes the lead.
Ben Adamson in the lead. That's awesome to see. We got these two battling it out right behind him. I can't imagine. Whoa! Oh, they're going to split them! Wow! Hello! Oh, my God! Treese on the inside of Duggar. Oh, wow! This race is not disappointed at all. Oh, my goodness. And they're settling back into their usual... Well, I don't know. Treese is looking on the inside now. He's going to try and take Alan Duggar. He's side by side, coming out of turn 4. Treese is there. Treese is going to lead now. Treese is now out in front of Alan Duggar. Isaac Treese back ahead of the number 12.
And P4, and Nick Godsey, who pitted 6 laps ahead of them, is in P3. Chris Webb pit on lap 103. Wesley Crump pit on lap 100.
Now it's offense. Isaac Treese has got to now catch Nick Godsey, who is who's about 5.5 seconds in front of him. The sun is now back out on the track. Cloud cover's gone. Wesley Crump leading the race, 3.5 seconds in front of Chris Webb. Can he hold on to this lead? This is going to be Isaac Treese and Alan Duggar are 9 seconds back. My God, Isaac Treese is taking off from Alan Duggar.
Isaac Treese almost 0.8 of a second faster than Wesley Crump last time by. The gap between the two, 8 seconds, 51 laps to go this time by.
My thing is Isaac going to drive it hard? And does Wesley Crump have the ability to kind of hold off just for a little bit longer, and then have some more steam at the end? It looks like Nick Godsey's now going to catch him a little bit a second. He is now 2.5 back, 2.4 back. He's closing in on Wesley Crump. Did Crump come with this qualifying set? Because he's pit a lot more than these other guys, certainly.
You have to think that he's going 30 laps pretty much on a set of tires.
That's true. He did pit way before Nick Godsey. Nick Godsey now cutting it down to about 2 seconds. Chris Webb. He's about 3 seconds ahead of the hard-charging Isaac Treese, who's now 1.2 seconds out front of Alan Duggar. And gaining. He is on an absolute tear. He is going after first place. He won't stop till he gets it. Nick Godsey sitting in P2, gaining time on Wesley Crump. We may have a lead change here pretty soon. Nick Godsey, kind of been quiet all day, staying in the top 5. Now has his chance to lead. If he could just get to Wesley Crump. The worst thing that could really happen at this point to Isaac Treese and Alan Duggar is a caution. 2 seconds, the lead between Treese and Duggar. What? This dude he is on fire right now.
Yeah, Treese is gapping Duggar by about 0.3 of a lap.
I don't
But
think...
Treese is also catching Wesley Crump at a clip of 0.8 of a lap as they're attacking Chris Webb right now.
God, he is absolutely driving the wheels off the thing. He's 2.2 seconds in front of Alan Duggar. Either Isaac is going to completely burn his stuff up, or this is just biblical levels of speed we have never seen before out of this young man.
I have to check. Is that car legal?
Well, I hope so. It'd be kind of embarrassing if he failed post-race tech, which of course does not happen.
Let me tell you, there is something. Isaac is. I guarantee you, there's someone in this field who's driving the same exact setup that Isaac Treese is right now.
And they're not as quick.
The only difference is the man behind that steering wheel right now. Isaac Treese, 0.6 faster than Wesley Crump. The gap, 2 seconds between the leader and him. And the only thing standing between them is Nick Godsey in P2.
And I want to point out, Isaac Treese is now over 3 seconds of a lap ahead of Alan Duggar right now. Or just about 3 seconds of a lap. Not of a lap, just 3 seconds in front of Alan. I mean, this is crazy. I never expected Isaac Treese to drive away like that. Either he's going to have insane tire fall off, and he's burnt his stuff up early, and Alan's going to pass him, or Isaac just found the key to speed here, and this is the fastest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this is really impressive, what we're seeing right now out of young Isaac Treese. And, looking at the point situation here, Alan Duggar is still way ahead. 629 points was the gap, pretty much an 80-point differential between him and Nick Godsey. If this holds, and Nick Godsey doesn't have to pit for the rest of the race, Isaac Treese will gain about a couple points on Nick Godsey.
Here we go. Isaac Treese going 3 wide into the turn. Going to pass Wesley Crump. Nick Godsey on the outside. New leader Isaac Treese. Back out front for the driver of the number 1.
Wesley Crump comes to pit road.
His last time on pit road looks like.
41 laps to go for young Isaac Treese. He is setting sail like Odysseus. Driving away. Okay. Calm yourself, sir. Setting sail like Odysseus. The only thing is,
you say my jokes are bad.
Only thing is, he's not going to get lost like Odysseus. 39 laps to go here at Iowa.
Rick Treese in the chat right now, rooting his son on. Come on, kid, this race is yours, he says. Yes, sir, it is. Again, I have never seen a drive the way that Isaac Treese just did on this whole field in my life on even tires. I've genuinely never seen it before in my life.
38 laps to go. The gap between Godsey, 1.2 seconds. The delta on lap times is 0.2 faster a lap. But Alan Duggar, even. The gap is only 3 seconds.
After all of that and still running even with Alan Duggar is crazy.
And the thing is, there's the 3 second gap. That's not something that is insurmountable that's something that is obtainable, but Alan Duggar has to start going now.
And he's losing time. He's losing time. It's 3.2 seconds.
Yeah, about 300ths of a second faster Treese is over Alan Duggar. Chris Webb just sent the fastest lap of the race, 22.841.
Really? Chris Webb set the fastest lap again? Give him 2 points, honestly. 35 at the line coming up right now. Isaac Treese 3 seconds ahead of Alan Duggar, 1.5 ahead of Nick Godsey. Treese just has to settle in, honestly.
Chris Webb just set a new fastest lap, 22.825.
Hey, Colin, I think Duggar just decided it's go time. 36 to go, 35 to go, rather. He's 2.9 seconds back. Here we go.
You know, I get it. Treese was trying to get out and try to get the lead as fast as he possibly can. The tortoise and the hare was pretty much what we're playing out right now.
Is this the tortoise and the hare? Because I don't know. I don't know. Like, the gap's kind of, it's not shrinking that much, you know? It's gone down a tenth, but we still got 32 laps to go now. 33, sorry. I mean, like, a gap's not shrinking as much as it should, and the longer we're driving on this, the more and more tire Duggar uses and the less and less speed he's likely to have. He's got to go now, and I mean, he's got to start gaining a lot more than just this little bit. I mean, he's still 2.9 seconds back. He's maintaining pretty much with Isaac Treese the last few laps.
Yeah, I'm looking at lap times. Both ran a 24.23. Treese ran a 24.239. Duggar a .233. So we're talking thousandths of a second faster Alan Duggar is. That needs to be tenths. Or at least maybe a couple hundredths.
You know, to the naked eye, someone who hasn't watched the sport or someone just tuning in now, the race may not look like it has been that intense. It's very spread out now, but right now we're watching a race against the clock. Isaac Treese holding on to his tires that he may have used up quite a bit, and Alan Duggar trying to make do with what he has to catch to make up a 2.8 second gap, now 2.9 seconds in 30 laps. And he's losing time now.
Wesley Crump is also in this little situation between Nick Godsey and Alan Duggar. Remember, dirty air is still a thing here. Wesley Crump about to clear Nick Godsey.
Yeah, Godsey definitely slowing up. He's coming back to Alan Duggar now.
And now there's wake turbulence off Gus Otero that will affect Isaac Treese.
Possibly. You heard Alan before the race. The dirty air isn't as much as you may think. We saw what Isaac was doing with dirty hair earlier on. He was staying right with Alan Duggar.
28 laps to go. The gap 2.7 between Duggar and Treese. Nick Godsey in second. I know he's inside the top three, but Nick Godsey's just been hovering inside the top three all day long.
I mean, to be fair, the drive that Isaac Treese had just put on, you're not passing him. You're not holding that off.
Yeah, the only
Wesley
thing
Crump now looking to get back on the lead lap. He's going to go on the outside of Treese. Get a little loose there.
The only thing Treese doesn't want to see right now is the caution.
I'd agree with that. That's going to cost Treese a little bit of time. He's just a little bit free. Can't imagine Treese is too happy with Wesley Crump. Could have been executed better on both sides. Maybe a breakdown in communications, I don't know. Or maybe the track's just loose. I don't know. I have not driven this track all week. Unfortunately, my wheel took a dump, and I get no force feedback through it, so I had to buy a new wheel, and that comes tomorrow.
Now, this is the first time you're going to direct drive?
First time ever I've been on direct drive.
Let me tell you, it is something you have to get used to it.
Well, I'll have all week next week to get used to it. 25 to go. Isaac Treese.
Just don't ask Nick Godsey for his wheel settings, because let me tell you, I changed them to mine, and I'm like, this man must have biceps for days.
I mean, yeah, he does. He's freaking jacked. Dude's a mechanic, a diesel
Oh
mechanic.
yeah,
at that.
he's yoked.
He is jacked.
Oh yeah, he's yoked.
Yeah, homeboy's jacked. Either way, enough about Nick Godsey's hench arms. Let's take a look at the battle right now, side by side with Alan Duggar. Duggar's going to take the spot, trying to at least, on the outside, and Duggar's going to be clear. Isaac Treese, Alan Duggar now takes P2 from Nick Godsey, and it's just pretty much a clear path almost between him and Isaac. Gus Otero letting by Isaac Treese. That's going to prove to maybe be an obstacle. About 22 laps to go.
Yeah, Alan Duggar a 10th faster lap time by, but the gap has grown 0.2 of a second just in this lap. Now the gap is 2.3, which is getting closer. I swear the past couple of races we've had to watch the lap times and the deltas just to see who is faster. Treese last time by 24.3. Alan Duggar clan, get ready for this, 24.1.
Wow. Looks like Duggar's really started to turn it on here. He's got that clean air out front. He's going to do his best. Chris Webb, still 1 lap down.
By the way, did I tell you that he set 3 fast? Chris Webb set back-to-back consecutive fastest laps when he came on the pit road.
Really?
22.721 is the fastest lap of the race so far.
Wow. Good for him.
I
Rick Treese says, you're missing out. DD is awesome. Yeah, I know. I haven't really wanted to because I bought the Logitech, and then I was just like, I don't really want to drop another $300+ on a wheel.
See, now
until
the thing about
it went out.
The thing about you coming to direct drive, especially with a Moza, since I have a Moza as well, is it gives you, now you get rim options. So if you want to come join me on a road course, you can get a road course rim, Formula style rim, and you can, have all these buttons and switches. Or you can join me in IndyCar series, and you have all the buttons and switches you can use.
All the bells and whistles. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to. It was a pretty penny, about $400, but I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
if you just want to drop $300.
I got a birthday gift from my job, a nice little gift card from Amazon, so I was able to buy that. Looks like Ray Adamson and Ben Adamson are in P5 and P6 respectively. They're trying to work on Ray Adamson in particular is trying to work on Miles Stacy right now, who is nursing that car around. He has left front damage, so Ray Adamson could pick up a top 4 here if he can get past Miles Stacy in these next 16 laps, which are going to fly by the way. These are going to go really quick. I got to be honest, Duggar has not made the time that he has needed to. 15 laps to go. I mean, the gap's still 2.9 seconds. Isaac Treese is just driving away. What a drive for Isaac Treese, the young man in the #1 Toyota Camry.
It's weird that Wesley Crump got his lap back the old-fashioned way a couple laps ago, but Wesley Crump has now hit a plateau, and Isaac Treese is still faster than Wesley Crump. So Wesley Crump could actually go a lap down, which is just insane to think about.
That is absolutely crazy. Like,
that car must not be legal.
No, I don't know what. I'm honestly in shock.
He's juicing.
I'm honestly
He's like
in
Barry
shock.
Bonds.
Barry Bonds never took steroids.
His head was freaking huge, dude.
He worked out his muscles in his head. Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, stop
and I'm
it.
fat because I don't lift. I go to Taco Bell. All right.
I gotta say, Taco Bell, not the best choice, man.
What's wrong with Taco Bell? What you got against a beefy crunch wrap? Huh?
No, look, I got nothing against Taco Bell, but I mean, if I want a colon cleanse, I'll go to Taco Bell. Most of the time, though, I don't want to cleanse my colon.
Honestly, if you want a colon cleanse, just so as you know, my wife and she's pregnant, and I would say my diet has suffered this week, and I had a salad this week or today for lunch, and let me tell you, it was like dump it all.
Thanks for that little tidbit of information.
You're welcome.
Isaac Treese, 10 to go now. Rick Treese saying, not tonight, boys. It's time to crack the champagne for the number 1 car. So proud of this kid. Unless a caution comes out, even if a caution comes out, I really don't see a universe in where Isaac Treese loses this lead. I mean, he's done absolutely terrific. I have never seen someone move the way Isaac Treese has moved before in iRacing. That was absolutely insane. I've never, like, on the same tires against a guy who is about 400 I rating above you and has consistently been there. Like a dude known to be the cream of the crop, consistently up front in first place. You absolutely truck him. And like gaining 3 seconds on that guy, Alan Duggar, is insanely impressive. And Alan Duggar's the best in this series that we have here in BSR. He's first in points. He has the most wins, and the drive that Isaac Treese put on today made him look like he was driving a tractor. He made everyone look like they were driving tractors.
I have to ask you this question. What is more of an impressive win, Isaac, when we went to Sonoma, or this race here at Iowa?
If he wins this, because I'm not going to say anything for sure until that checkered flag flies, if he wins tonight, this is the most impressive win all year, bar none, for anyone. Like, in just like, not maybe Michigan was more entertaining for some people to watch. To me, this is just, like, the most impressive feat, right? Like, I've never seen someone just absolutely go off like he did. I mean, there's probably maybe, like, there's probably like 5 or 6 guys that I've seen, that I know personally that could do that, and they're all pros, right? Or they're knocking on the door of being pro. You know, like, these guys, they're being paid and streamed every week in the NASCAR Coke Series for at least 2 or 3 of them. And you know, Isaac has, I've never seen this. I've never seen the speed out of anyone at like the 3,000 level. Certainly not, and certainly not out of Isaac before. I've been told that he has the potential, but tonight he just proved it to me. Like that matters at all.
Nick Godsey, we've been on this racetrack for quite a while. Last pit on lap 110. He has been shown the meatball flag.
Oh no, you're kidding.
I assume
you get a
that
flat?
is due to tire wear. He is coming down pit road, and that will give Ray Adamson
his first podium of the year.
P3.
If he can hold off his brother Ben Adamson in P4, who's... Oh, who are we kidding? He's going to hold him off. 1.5 second difference. 2 laps to go for Isaac Treese in the 1 car. What a drive by this kid. Absolutely amazing. You know, he was telling Alan Duggar earlier on he didn't want to race today. Duggar spun! He's back on, though. He's back on. He's fine. Duggar's fine. That's still a 19-second gap. Final lap. Here we go. White flag for Isaac Treese. Isaac Treese was telling Alan Duggar earlier on in the race he did not want to because he was so dog-tired. Are you You're going to be tired after your celebration tonight, my friend. Through turn 4, Isaac Treese, coming out of 4 now, will win, and the most, in my opinion, the most impressive race of the year. What a drive by this kid. I can't say it enough. I'm still in complete shock, Colin. I've never seen a guy drive the way that he did.
Isaac picks up his 2nd win of the year in the BSR Cup Series, his first on an oval.
Oh, it's the Crump spins on the infield coming across the line in P5 Top 5 for Wesley Crump, the guy I picked to win.
Unfortunately, my pick to win
Tabitha Tree says,
ninth.
Tabitha Tree says, tonight's race was way better than Sonoma. Congratulations. Wow, what a win. Certainly congratulations to the man in the number 1. Burn it down. You deserve it. Absolutely incredible.
Also, shout out to Ray Adamson getting his first podium in the BSR Cup Series, finishing 3rd. Now, Nick Godsey had an issue. He still finished 3rd. So good job to Ray Adamson, and Ben Adamson also having his best career finish in the BSR Cup Series, finishing 4th tonight here at Iowa.
Yeah, great drive by both of those guys. You know, we don't typically expect them to be running up front. You know, we expect the Isaac Trees, Alan Duggars, and Nick Godzies of the world to be up there. Really nice to see Ray Adamson and Ben Adamson running in the top 5. That's really cool for them. So I'm really happy for these guys. What a race tonight, Colin. I certainly was expecting a good one because this track has been known to have some fun racing here on the iRacing platform. This is one of the best races I've seen this whole year. I'm so happy that we got to see this. This is really, really cool. And, you know, I think that this is the right time now to bring up our 3rd place finisher after you say something, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, if you love this racing, especially for Isaac Trees, you're going next week to a track that's just like it at Richmond Raceway. Best part for us, it's going to be one of our night. It's going to be a night race for us, and that'll be always exciting. But certainly, we have to get to Ray Adamson, and I'll bring him in here right now.
Ray, it's Colin and Elliot in the booth, man. How you doing? Congratulations on your first podium of the year, best finish. How you feeling, dude?
Oh, man, I appreciate it, dude. I feel fantastic. Thank you guys for covering it for us. Yeah, man, it feels awesome to be in here.
Super proud of you, dude. Those practice sessions been working out for you, dude. I mean, you had a great drive, finished P3 on the day. Your brother P4. When Nick Godsey unfortunately went out with a tire issue, what was going through your mind?
So I knew he pitted around 105. I was like, dude, there's no way he's going to be able to push it this fast for this long. And they're winding down, and I'm like, dude, you know what? He deserves that spot. He earned it. I don't know how he made it work, but so it didn't really catch me as a surprise. I hate it for him. He definitely raced, better than me. Just different pit strategy.
Well, hey, man, it worked out for you today. You stayed consistent all day long, no problems at all. I mean, that's the name of the game for you at this point. You're gaining a lot of speed. Colin, you got anything for our boy?
Yeah, Ray, to see the improvement that you've had week over week over week. Right now, according to my math, you're locked inside the top 16, so if you just have a couple more good finishes, you show up for the next couple of weeks, you will qualify for the BSR Cup Series chase for the playoffs. What sort of momentum do you think that this finish will give you as we go into Richmond, New Hampshire, and then go back to the high banks of Daytona in a couple of weeks?
I would hope to think that, momentum will work good, but, every week's is it's a new learning curve. Luckily, here at BSR, there's a lot of great people that are, they do everything they can to help us. I got to dedicate this win to Miles Stacy because he kind of showed me how to save tires here, and I put what he showed me to work, and it paid off.
Well, glad you got the coaching necessary, man. I'm glad that you're putting it in practice. Again, really, really happy for you. Before you go, man, is there anyone you want to send your appreciations out to?
Yeah, man. Everybody here at BSR, the teammates, the members, the coaches, Brandon, I'm not sure where he's at. Maybe he can hear me out there somewhere. I want to thank my wife for letting me spend the time to get better at this, and all you guys for the great broadcast coverage y'all do.
Thank you, Ray. Congrats on the P3, man.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
You too. All right. Now it's time to bring in P2, Alan Duggar. Alan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
That was a hell of a race. For a good chunk there, you and Isaac were battling it out until he just absolutely said goodbye. during the times that you were ahead of him, were you at all like, and he couldn't pass you? Were you at all like stressed out that you couldn't, or that he was going to pass you at any point? He was running pretty close to you there for a long time.
No, I wasn't stressed. I was just running my line and saving as much as I could. And I figured if he didn't want to wait, he'd go to the outside and go around me.
P2 on the day, man. That's like a billion top fives for you, a billion top threes, and yeah, great job tonight. Again, you're doing really well. You're still by far the points leader. I think you're pretty. Colin, is he pretty much locked in for the regular season championship?
He is not locked into the regular season championship. He came in about 60 points ahead of Nicholas Godsey, with Nicholas Godsey having a ninth place finish. That is going to be extended by about a couple of points or so. But if Alan Duggar keeps ripping off I would say if he gives more top threes the next two races, he will clinch the regular season championship as soon as the engines fire at Daytona.
Wow. Well, you're pretty close, Alan. You've already qualified for the playoffs. What do you think that the strategy is going from this point forward into the chase?
Looks like always consistency is going to be my game. So as long as I'm consistent and have good finishes, the rest will work itself out.
Well, you did very consistent and very well tonight. You were very fast, man. Colin, you got anything for him?
What more did you need out of that car? Was there anything that you could have done to bring it to Isaac Trees tonight? Or was it just his race to lose?
So after that pit stop, I noticed he was pushing kind of hard, and I was like, I said in my mind, I'm just going to let him go and save what I can. And I think I got too complacent with that, and it kind of shaped the tires to the pace that slow pace I was running. And when I tried to pick the pace up, it just got the right rear really hot, and it wore really fast, and I was loose as all get out. And I was literally, as you saw, wrecking every lap. I had to catch it going into the corner. I had to catch it coming out of the corner. It was just so hard to put the power down, and I ended up losing it right there in the middle of 1 and 2, and was glad to come out with a second place finish though. But yeah, I needed to be. If I would have pushed a little more, I would say about 10, 15 laps, I think we could have had a better race. But it just, the way I was running it, and all of a sudden she just started getting loose on me.
Well, either way, man, great second place finish. You still drove the car very well. The end result may say you were back about 12 seconds. We know the gap was a lot closer than that. So we know you did great. Before we head out here, man, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate Isaac on his win tonight. He's been doing really good throughout the A Opens and stuff, and in the league. I'd like to thank Easy Dealing Wheels and Tires, Iron City Revival, Eagle Eye Graphics, Ceylon Motorsports, Bar Ranch. I'd like to thank y'all for doing the broadcast. Everybody over at BSR, great team to be around. Love everybody over there. And that's it.
Awesome, Alan. Congrats on the P2 tonight, man. Rooting for you next week, bro. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, time to bring up our race winner, Isaac Treese. Unbelievable job by him. Isaac, Elliot and Colin in the booth, man. How does it feel?
Oh man, dude, that was fun. My tires were killed, dude. I
I
mean,
can
I was
tell.
loose in entry. I was loose on exit. That was fun though. Yeah, I knew when me and Alan pitted on that last one, I was like, dude, if I stay behind Alan, like, there's no way I'm gonna win. And so I was like, I gotta go. And then I thought we were gonna die when we split Ben 3 wide. Yeah, I kind of threw that patience out the window on that
Well,
last stint.
it was fine. Look, Isaac, that was the fastest I think anyone has ever gone ever. Like, I've never seen someone go up against Alan Duggar and absolutely like freight train him like he was driving a tractor. Like you ran past everybody like they were standing still, and then you maintained it for the win. Like everything that you've been trying to put together, man, I think you put together tonight. Um, I how does it feel going into next week to have this to know that you have this level of speed that's accessible to you?
So I'm pretty happy. I mean, I was telling Alan, I was like, I finally beat you, dude. You know how many times I finished behind him? Like these runner-up finishes. It's second place is cool, but obviously the objective is to win. And I think it's been like a couple weeks straight now that I've finished behind him. And now that I finally got it done, it feels nice. I won't be racing next week at Richmond, which sucks because I like Richmond a lot. I'm gonna be on vacation in Puerto Rico, so
Oh, it sounds like
I
fun.
will take this going in for another break and regroup, and then hopefully when I come back, I can win it again.
You didn't want to race. You didn't want to race today, Isaac. You didn't want to race at
Yeah,
all today.
Alan.
No,
Alan wished he was like, dude, I don't want. I wish you didn't race, man. Yeah, because I had a long day today and I was tired, and I told him I was like,
Yeah.
I might not race, I might pass out. And Nicholas kind of talked me into it, so I was like, all right, I'll race. And then here we are.
Well, you
Victory
happy
lane,
Nick talked.
dude.
You're happy Nick talked you in, huh? Seriously, man, you deserve it. I encourage you to go back and watch the broadcast and watch some of those moves you pulled and look at the chat. You got your dad Rick and Tabitha, who are both very, very proud of you. Very, very happy, man. Hopefully you celebrate tonight with them. Colin, you got anything for our boy?
We asked this question when we were about 5 to go. I asked Isaac, asked Elliot. My apologies. That what do you think win was better? Do you think your win at Sonoma was better, or do you think your win tonight at Iowa was better?
I would probably say tonight, only because at Sonoma I was kind of just cruising. It was dominance. Here there was a lot of strategy, and it's a lot tougher. At this track, the tire wear is brutal, so you really gotta take care of your tires, but also be able to maintain speed. And I think that last stint I kind of proved that. Alan was telling me he just let me go when I passed him. I finally got by him. He's like he was just hoping for me to burn my tires, and I kind of figured out a line. And I got in the rhythm and kind of used Wesley as a pick for Nicholas. And once I got the clean air, I kind of was just cruising. So I think tonight was a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I said that tonight was probably the most, not even probably, it was, in my opinion, the most impressive win. I thought it was insanely entertaining. I just thought that your little burst of speed with about 50 to go, I've never seen that, and then someone maintain that level of pace, or at least a decent level of pace without completely losing it. So, I mean, you proved tonight, I think, that you have talent. You proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're well on your way to being like a 6K. You can keep up with those guys. You just got to keep working at it.
It's the plan. Trying to make a run for the Coke Series with Alan next year.
I think you could do it. I'm serious. I think you could do
I
it.
think you can too.
Now, before we head out, Isaac, is there anyone you wanna send your appreciations to?
Of course, shout out to my family for watching me and supporting me every weekend, and even watching me and when I bent it into the wall. Much love to them for supporting me through everything. Shout out to BSR, Easy Dealing Wheels and Tires. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting for us. We appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that raced tonight. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Alan for letting me beat him. And
Didn't let you.
Yeah.
He didn't let you. Oh my God, he did not beat you. Anyway, Isaac, great race, man. Enjoy the win. And enjoy your vacation to Puerto Rico, man. Sounds like fun.
Hell yeah. Be on a beach, dude. It's gonna be nice.
Hell yeah. All right, have a good one, Isaac.
You too. Thank you, boys.
Thank you. All right, and with that, I think that's going to do it for this week. Next week is Richmond on Friday night. It's a night race, and then the following day is going to be the Cup Series race in real life. I'm excited for next week's race. It's a similar track to Iowa, little less with the tires and more with the air, but I'm confident we're going to see another thriller just like we did tonight, so I hope you guys tune in for that. And Colin, you excited for next week?
Yeah, man. I think what this really gave us is that we got a week off, and we got to see, absence does make the heart grow fonder. I miss this. I miss watching these boys race. These are some of the best on iRacing to ever get onto the sim. So shout out to Isaac for absolutely dominating performance tonight. We go to Richmond, then we go to New Hampshire, which is always a favorite, and then the High Banks Daytona is always something to look forward to. So we have really good races coming up. Then we have the Southern 500 a week after that. So we have a great stretch of races here, and the championship battle's heating up, man. Really excited to see how this all turns out.
Absolutely, Colin. I'm gonna be totally happy for you to join me next week. And with that, we will see you guys next week. So thank you for watching. Have a great one.